Hey guys, what's up? This is Aura. I have another Game Maker tutorial video for you, and in this video we're going to show you how to master the motion planning. This is when you're trying to make an object go to another object through some obstacles in which they have to just calculate this path and, go to the designated target without encountering any kind of obstacles. If you guys are already familiar with this, then good for you. But for those who aren't, let's do this. All right, so we got Game Maker ready. I already have a file ready. It is right here, and I didn't get this from a forum. I actually did some reading and poked around a little bit. What I read was data structure. No, I'm sorry. It was computing thing, motion planning. Right. Ignore all this stuff. This right here, the MP grid function. Woo, man. All right. All these I'm going to explain in my file, so just stand by. All right. So you got three objects. You got the ball number one, ball number two, and you got the solid object. Alrighty. And let's go ahead and start this baby. It's been a while since I did one of these. I was going to do one on multiplayer games, but ooh, man. I'm working on a multiplayer game, by the way, if you're interested. I need a team. It took me like fucking, like what, 3 months? 3 months to do this by myself. So if you're interested, let me know. But anyway, oh, and the pictures from World of Warcraft. I am in 77, 78 undead magician. Woo woo. Just waiting. Yep. Whew. I don't know why it takes so long. I don't have any sounds in my game. You can't see it, but I can tell from experience that it there. All right. So, you got ball number 1, you got ball number 1, ball number 2. All right. Now, S is if you want to make the ball go in different places. Okay? Space is if you want to see the grid, which is actually really cool. I did it myself, but this function allows you to see the path. The green squares are where those are squares that your object can go through, and the red squares are the obstacles. All right. Now you want to be careful not to leave this function on. I'll show you the function later, but make sure you don't leave it on because it slows down your game. Press spacebar again, and this is the magic, baby. You see the balls going towards the target. Bam. There you go. Yes. We're gonna make another one just to let y'all know I'm not bullshitting. There we go. Alrighty. Alright, here we go. Object, first object. Well, of course you got the rock object. Apparently make him solid and visible. There's really nothing else you need to do. Yeah. Alright, ball number 1. Okay. Create object. Go ahead. Alright, this is it. First, you need to create a dummy path to overwrite. And when you're reading the help file on the MP grid function, it tells you that when you're creating a path, it has to overwrite an existing path, and that's what the dummy path is for. So the first thing you want to do is create a dummy path, path.add. Then you want to create the grid. And you gotta be careful how you do this. You can create multiple grids, but I haven't really experimented that far yet. I just created one big grid, fuck it. Create the grid. It's gonna ask you for some components. It's gonna ask you for the position, the position of it, which is going to be 0, 0. That's the origin of a Game Maker room, the top left corner. It's going to ask you for the number of horizontal cells, the number of vertical cells, and the width of each cells. So I have a grid with 40 horizontal cells, 30 vertical cells, and each cell is about 16 pixels wide. All right, and a good way to calculate, a good way to to get a good understanding of how you want your grid to be is you need a calculator. Um, let's say you got a room that's about okay. Best way to explain this is just show it. All right, this room is um 640 by 480, a standard room size. and each square is about 16 pixels wide. I can tell right here by the snaps. All right, so you take 640 divided by 16, bam, there you go. And same for 48. 48 divided by 16 is 30. All right, so there you go. You got your grid, and now that you got your grid, when you create the grid is clear. There are no obstacles, which means that making the path is going to be easy as hell without obstacles. But we want to add obstacles. So what we do is we register all the boulders as solid forbidden squares. MP grid add instances, add to the new grid that rocks object, and make sure that the precise checking is true. All right. Now the drawing and this variable right here, this is kind of like an off-on switch. If you're good enough with math, you'll know that if you take a negative number and you multiply it by negative, it goes to positive. Like if you take -1 times -1 is +1. +1 times -1 is -1. So the answer, so depending on how I handle this variable, it's either going to be -1 or 1, which means it's going to be on or off. Okay. The direction variables, you don't really need to care about those. I didn't do those either. We're going to go ahead and delete those. All right. Well, we're going to keep direction name. I don't know why yet. All right. All right. Draw. Make sure when you're doing the MP grid draw function, you put that in the draw event. And this is it. If draw equals 1, then it draws the grid. When you press spacebar, it negates the drawing variable. Remember when I was saying off and on? There you go. And last but not least, this is where the magic happens. When you press enter, it calculates a path, avoiding the red squares, just like it says. MP grid path function. You need to specify the grid, specify the path that you will be overriding, which is the dummy path. The starting point, which is the x and y value of the instance calling this function, and the destination is the ball that he's going to. No diagonal. The second one's diagonal. I don't really care for diagonals. Use this to calculate how many points in the path. Path. I did path points just for, just out of curiosity, and make sure you start them on there. That's it. And one last thing I found out. Well, okay, Okay, that's that. Okay, now you got this basic thing, and let me show you what you can do with that. Oh, I can't show you what you can do with that. But thanks for watching the video. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you what I did. I have to skip a lot of stuff, and I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to. Well, hell, we could do it right here. It's for all the people who've been trying to do multiplayer games. When you're doing multiplayer games, you don't have to have a second computer to do it. I mean, you just do it on one. Make sure you host it. Alright, but I have this MP grid function on my game, and I'm going to show you guys how powerful it can be. It took me a while to figure this out, but I am happy to declare that when an instance is going through a path, they still have direction. So if you take that, oh my god, the possibilities are endless, yo. Alright, so we're going to run 2 copies of my game. I have a 2-player online multiplayer game in the works right now. I haven't decided a title for it, so I'm just calling it Prototype. But yeah, I'm just going to show you guys. Yep, just waiting. See, it always stops the sound. I don't understand that shit. Alright, so we're running 2 copies of the same game. One of them is going to be the host, the other one's going to be client. If you need any help with multiplayer games, just send me a message on YouTube, and I'll do my best in my ability to help you. You can even comment, or you can just send me a private message. That doesn't bother me, whichever way you choose to do. Alright, here we go. Alright. We got game 1. Host. Alright, we're going to choose this guy, the magician. He's waiting. soon as the game starts, I'm gonna show you the instance that calls the NP Grid function, and you'll see how powerful it is. Save your amusement for when you do it yourself. I can't really. All right, get ready. All right, now I'm going to press a button, and this button is going to create an imp object. Imp is going to follow this guy right here. Are you ready? 3. See him? See how he's following me? You see how cool that is? This goes on forever, but I'll save that tutorial for another day. Well, this is Aura with a NP Grid tutorial, and you guys have a nice one. Peace.